The most important night for any Arsenal fan this season will be tomorrow night when they determine if they'll end the season with a trophy. Yes, the Gunners are taking on Real Madrid, and despite leading 3-0 after the first leg, it's Real Madrid, and the fans are not going to go over the moon just yet. However, there's some bit of good news that gives Arsenal the edge. Thomas Tay Partey is traveling with the team. Last Sunday, I think Saturday actually, when the team played versus Brentford, the news was that Partey was suffering from a pain. He felt something, is how Mikel Arteta put it. But today there have been pictures all over social media of him being ready. We'll talk about the game a bit. We'll talk about Arsenal chances. We'll talk about what they need to do and the history of the game. Real Madrid, historically great in the Champions League. We'll also talk about Kudus Mohamed and Kamaldeen Sulemana, who have been speaking about playing for the Ghana Black Stars. They're excited, they're happy, they want to make history with Ghana, and they feel they're on course. We'll have a look at all that today. Subscribe if you haven't. Click on that notification bell to get more updates. We'll get a couple of shout outs before we start today's updates on this channel for you. A couple of shout outs from our last video. I appreciate your comments coming in. Antoine Selom Semenyo, a $75 million target. £60 million is what Brentford, Bournemouth want for him. Brove UTV, thank you so much for your comments from our last video. Hussein Ibrahim, thank you so much for your comments from our last video. Philip Otu, thank you so much. Appreciate your comment. True Yarn, thank you so much. And Collins Abankwa, thank you so much. Appreciate your comments from our last video. We'll jump right into it. And the good news is that Thomas Partey is fit. Today, pictures and videos of him training with Arsenal popped up on social media, and he was pictured doing the regular things. He will travel with the Gunners later today for the game tomorrow at the Santiago Bernabeu. The fans are saying that the top of the Santiago Bernabeu will be covered. It will be a closed stadium from head to toe. The last time Real Madrid did that, however, they lost 4-0 to FC Barcelona. So probably they would want to reconsider that. That being said, Jorginho is also going to miss this one, unfortunately. Thomas Partey's retention into the team and ability to travel with the team gives them some boost. And despite the fact that Partey doesn't get a lot of credit or a lot of talk because of the type of game he plays, he is the engine, that cog in that Arsenal machinery that keeps it running ever so smoothly. It's really understated. And if you look at the talk about the whole game, when Partey is not really in the team, a lot of people start to panic, Arsenal fans especially, those who know his value. But then when after the game is done, a few people tend to credit him, and in my opinion that's bad, probably because he's not the loudest person you see, and maybe he doesn't blow his horn a bit too often as he probably should be doing. He's been speaking about the game and the atmosphere that will be presented to them at the Santiago Bernabeu, and he says that the atmosphere is no different from what they faced at the Emirates. That's some big talk. That's really some huge talk. Real Madrid, they know what to do. In the first 15 or first few minutes, in the first half, most importantly, they have to score. And that is what probably could go to the advantage of Arsenal. Because so far this season, they are on a 78-game run in which they've not conceded more than 2 goals. Yeah, they've been defensively stoic. And to beat that, Carlo Ancelotti will need to dig deep. The spirits will have to come into play here, and probably they will for Real Madrid to be able to overcome Arsenal. Having a 3-goal deficit and thinking about your opponent getting one over you must be crazy. But what's even crazier is that Real Madrid have played Arsenal 3 times, and they've not been able to score versus Arsenal. Yep. They've not been able to score versus the Gunners. When they were at the Santiago Bernabeu the last time out in 2006, Thierry Henry masterclass scored the goal and secured it for Arsenal to make it to the Champions League final in that year. can they get a repeat of that? Can the Gunners continue their fine historic form versus the behemoths that are Real Madrid? Real Madrid has never scored Arsenal before in the Champions League since they've met. Yes, let that sink in. So for all the naysayers who feel that Arsenal will cower or Real Madrid will stomp over the parade, you might have to look at that statistic alone and ask yourself why that is. Real Madrid of all people, yeah, they have never beaten the Gunners before. So we'll see if they can do that. We'll see if they can overcome the Gunners for the first time in their history. It will be a tough call, and it is something that will have to be done. Yeah, it's going to be tough. Real Madrid have never done it before. Arsenal will be optimistic. They are really energetic. They are positive. They are the ones who will probably be the cause of their own undoing. So, yeah, we'll see how that one unfolds on that front. I'll move to Kudus Mohammed and Kamaldeen Sulemana, who have been speaking about the privilege they feel when playing for Ghana. Kudus Mohammed was speaking in an interview, which I brought you bits of yesterday. He says that he is very privileged and honored to play for his country. After making his debut for the Black Stars in 2019, and I was there when Kudus made his debut versus South Africa. Kwesi Appiah gave him the opportunity in the African Cup of Nations qualifiers. He came on and scored a goal. Andre Ayew passing him that ball. He scored 12 minutes. He has, however, scored 12 times in 42 appearances for the West African country. Reflecting on his journey with his team, Kudus described the chance to feature for his country as a huge privilege. It's a huge privilege to represent our country, nearly 40 million people, as one of the players for the Black Stars. It means so much to me. Growing up, I watched most of the legends playing for the team, and they served as motivation for me. Now I'm in the position, so I see it as a responsibility to do things right, set an example, and be a good role model for the kids looking up to me. I want to show them that it's possible to achieve greater things and do better than what I am doing now, he added. And the sky can possibly be the starting point for Kudus Mohammed. Excited for him, happy for him. We're excited he's doing well for his club side and for his country as well. Ghana is proud of Kudus Mohammed, the youngsters who lit up the World Cup, the last World Cup, albeit group stage exit disappointing. He scored 2 goals versus South Korea, and it was a memorable World Cup if you look back at it. Despite the exit from the group stages. Kamaldeen Sulemana has been reiterating the same things Kudus Mohammed has said. Speaking in an interview, he said the achievements of Michael Essien and Asamoah Gyan while playing for the Black Stars mean it's important for the current players to give their country and football fans good memories. In Ghana, football means everything. There is no sport like football. We eat and drink football, and everything is football. So when we do play for the national team, we always want to fight and do our best for our country. Sulemana highlighted the legacy of Black Stars legends like Essien and Asamoah Gyan, especially in the World Cup. We have seen the likes of Essien and Gyan achieve great things for Ghana on the biggest stage at the World Cup, and it is still in our brains, and we want to be able to recreate that. There are many memories that are ingrained in our brains thanks to the past generation. Now it's a time to give the older generation and new generation great memories, so they have something to live for and cheer on, he added. Thank you so much. Considerate and thoughtful from these two players. And that is how I'll end today. However, this evening there'll be Champions League football. Subscribe to our other platforms, SF Sport on YouTube. I'll leave a link to that platform in the comments, first comment pin. Here we'll be having match reactions on the game and talking a bit about it. Arsenal vs Real Madrid is tomorrow. Today, Barcelona could complete and confirm their place in the semi-final. They are leading 4-0 in the first leg versus Borussia Dortmund, We'll also have the game between PSG and Aston Villa. PSG going to the second leg with a 3-1 victory. Wish all the best team and may the best team emerge triumphant. Your thoughts in the comments box on everything. Arsenal versus Real Madrid, your predictions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your day.